Hey, it's Claire and welcome to my lair. And today we will be covering the prized, the coveted, the illustrious Pikachu Illustrator card and why a copy will run you close to $1 million. Yes, $1 million. Making it the most expensive Pokemon card in the hobby's history. The Pikachu Illustrator's origin stems from an illustration contest held by CoroCoro Comics in Japan. And if y'all didn't know, CoroCoro Comics has been releasing manga since the late 70s, and Pokemon actually owes a lot of its success to the manga, as Pocket Monsters Blue was released exclusively through the comic. Fun fact, CoroCoro actually translates to small, fat, spherical thing, which I'm assuming is pertaining to the cute monsters that are featured in the weekly comic. Just wanted to add that in there. Now back to our favorite small, fat, and spherical electric mouse. What about this collaboration makes this Illustrator promo the most expensive Pokemon card? I'll gladly tell you. This card was awarded to selected winners across 3 illustration contests publicized in CoroCoro Comics. The Pokemon card game Illustration Artist Contest was the first, announced in November 1997 issue of CoroCoro Comic, released on October 15, 1997, with the winning entries announced in the January 1998 issue, released in December of 1997. 3 entrants received the Best Award, each of them receiving 20 copies of a card featuring their illustration as well as a copy of this card. A further 20 entrants received the Excellence Award, each of them awarded a copy of this card. 2 other contests were held in 1998. The Mewtwo's Counterattack Commemoration Illustration Artist Contest was the first, announced in the May 1998 issue of CoroCoro Comic, with a second, the Pikachu Summer Vacation Commemoration Illustration Artist Contest, announced in the June 1998 issue of CoroCoro Comic. Both of these contests invited readers to design their own Pokemon card, in which entries were judged on the most interesting illustrations and the most creative attacks. Winners of the Mewtwo's Counterattack Commemoration Illustration Artist Contest were announced in the July 1998 issue of CoroCoro Comic, which included the Best Award for Overall Illustration and Attacks, 4 instances of the Excellence Award for Illustration, and 3 instances of the Excellent Award for Attacks. Each of these winners received a copy of this card, with the Best Award winner also receiving 20 copies of the card featuring their illustration. Winners of the Pikachu Summer's Vacation Commemoration Illustration Artist Contest were announced in the August of 1998 issue of CoroCoro Comics, which included 4 instances of the Excellence Award for both illustration and attacks. There was no Best Award for this contest. Each of those earning the Excellence Award received a copy of this card. Now that we have the history of this elite trophy card, let's crunch the numbers. Here in the past month, we've seen a PSA 9 sell for a whopping $840,000. That's 4 times more than a PSA 10 First Ed base set Charizard or 3 first edition base set booster boxes. Hell, that'll even buy you a couple properties, even in this economy. This card has always been on the high-end side, even when Pokemon cards were not in the 6-figure range. So to get a better understanding of the market, let us trace back sales from the past decade. In 2013, the PSA 10 Illustrator that is now Logan's was purchased raw off Yahoo Japan for around $11,500. It was then graded a 9 at PSA and sold for around $18,500. After being regraded multiple times to get a PSA 10, it was then sold for $20,000 along with a PSA 10 Trophy Kangaskhan. Yeah, I know. At one point in 2015, SM Pratt had it listed on eBay for $150,000. That's literally 35 times less than what it sold for today. In 2014, a raw copy sold for $11,000. In 2015, a PSA 9 sold for $10,000 off Yahoo Japan. And in 2016, a PSA 9 sold for $55,000, which is the same price a BGS 10 First Ed base set Charizard sold for just a year later in 2017. In 2017, another raw copy sold for around $100,000, which is speculated to be the same copy from 2014 based off the holo pattern. In late 2019, a PSA 9 copy sold at a New York auction for $195,000. In 2020, a PSA 9 copy sold on a Japanese marketplace for $233,000. And in December of 2020, someone traded $900,000 worth of Charizards and Arita illustrations for one. In 2021, a PSA 7 sold on auction for $375,000, and in that same month, Steve Aoki purchased a raw copy for $420,000, which also turned out to be a PSA 9. In March of this year, a PSA 7 was sold for $900,000, however, the buyer backed out and it was actually sold for $720,000. And that brings us to the recent sale of the PSA 10 Illustrator that Logan Paul recently purchased. He traded a PSA 9 which was valued at $1.25 million. So now with the most recent sale of $840,000 confirmed, down from its prior evaluation by $410,000, where do you think the trophy card market is heading in this current economical climate? That's almost $500,000 loss. The fact of the matter is, as much as this card has always been the crown jewel of the community, it is not the rarest card in the hobby. For example, the first tournament trophy cards, the 1999 Super Secret Battle, and Tropical Wind, which I talk about in my other video, which I'll pop up there and at the end of this video. So I do rip and chips and box breaks on Whatnot. We always pool fire. It's always a lot of fun. And one way that you guys can help me out is by following me on there. My Whatnot is clairslair. I'll link it down in the description for y'all. It would mean so much to me. Is this decrease in sale indicative of the market, a loss of interest in a specific trophy card, or just a classic example of Logan Paul paying way too much for what's already expensive cardboard yet again? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps out my channel a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.